All right. Hi, Bayo.
I
How's it going?
doing excellent.
You know, we've listened to a lot of people here. You know, everyone who has come up, they are like founders. You know, they have big dreams. They have problems that keep them up at night. Me, I have no problem that keeps me up at night. I love to sleep for 8 hours. So that's why I'm not starting any company. But I describe myself as an entrepreneur, someone who builds from inside. So nothing about, starting anything from scratch, nothing around, raising money, being the first hire, being the um, owner and vision of the dream. I even sometimes think of myself as a mercenary. Who can pay me? If you pay me very well, I'll build your company. If you can't, thank you very much. And so, just sitting and thinking about you, how do you see yourself?
So, hi guys. I'm a mix of both. And for the sake of the room, I'll talk about my career journey, right? Because I think it puts things into perspective. I started my first business when I was 13, selling waste nylon. It's funny that we're in Bagada, but we used to bring the waste nylon to a grinding site in Bagada to come and grind. And I did that till I left university. When I was in university, I did some other businesses that I can't talk about. But I did some very smart businesses. When I left, when I was doing NYSC, I served in Kano. So I sold Ankara, I sold gold, I sold goats. Then I started working in the bank. I came back to Lagos, got a job at EcoBank, went back to Kano. And when I was working at Kano, on Friday nights that I don't have to work on Saturday, I will buy a truck of tomato, literally, from my suit. I will enter the truck and drive to Lagos. And we will sell the tomato Saturday. Whenever we get to Lagos, you sell the entire truck of tomato at my 12. Onion was the funniest because by the time you want to fly back, I didn't take IRS airlines back in the day to go back. My body was smelling of onion because I dare not go home to go and explain why I came on a truck all the way to Lagos. But the money was good. I was able to fund my MBA through the monies I made from doing businesses. I sold diesel, anything that I could sell, I sold. America, I worked for Ave Meritor, auto supplier. I worked for Texas Instrument. I worked for Walmart. I worked for PetSmart. I worked for Amazon. And then I got a call to come and work, to come and take over Wakanow. Wakanow was in distress, was not doing well. And I said yes. In between that, I had founded another company called Dundu Nation, selling fried yam, because I always have stupid ideas and I always execute on them. But Dundu Nation did almost 300 million in sales last year.
From Yamo.
From
Yam.
fried yam.
Fried yam.
So I'm a mix of both. I don't sleep well. I have problems. I run 15 complaints. Wakanow is one of them. Wakanow is my biggest one. Is the one that I put most of my effort into, to be honest with you. Every other one, I have hired a CEO. I have hired an operator to come and operate my own life. My oga. So I'm an operator that knows how to run good shit. A lady came up to me to talk to me and tell me about how she just left college and how she's an entry level and how she's all the negatives in the world. And I said to her that this is why both of us don't get along. Because I believe that even if you want to be a successful founder, you have to be a good operator. And that's where my skill set comes in, is my ability to run a business. I actually get bored when there's nothing to run. And I leave my own businesses. Wave Beach is doing well. And I got bored. And I hired another CEO. I moved on to something else. Because I'm an operator. I like the problems. I like to fix them, just like you do. And if you pay me well, I don't have any dream that is worth some amount of money. So there's an amount of money that I'll give up my own dream. Yes.
So is the dream making money? Because if you think about it, the dream is really making money. How you make the money, you know?
Look, and I think that's where people get confused because I think people get tied up into titles and accolades and they like the I'm a founder. I care about my bank account. Because at the end of the day, you know, I was talking to someone, his name eluded me, and he talked about how it's all about making money. You know, I have made money in my life. Actually, when Amazon gave me an offer letter, I did not know how to negotiate.
Exactly.
Like, no joke, no joke.
When there are like 3 zeros,
Bro,
plus comma, another 3 zeros.
bro, okay. I was having an argument at the time. I had signed a contract with PetSmart that they would make me director. And they were not coming to terms with making me, I wanted title. I was a typical Nigerian. So that year, they gave me a check for 50K to say, hey, guy, we're sorry, you don't have a director of sports. I was arguing that, of course, I banked the check first off. And then I was arguing with them that, hey, I wanted director in my title by all means. Then Amazon gave me an offer. I was very cocky at the interview, very cocky. Because I felt like I was doing well. I was making 120K with another...
Just 120K?
Yeah, then, bruh. In Arizona, in Phoenix, Arizona, are you joking? I used to go to the club and shut it down. Then Amazon gave me an offer for 300K. So me, Mobuema react.
Of course.
You know, and I tell folks that operators make money. Don't get it twisted. This man makes plenty money. You know.
It's a lie. Whatever they say, it is a lie.
You know, but you can make good money being an operator. I have guys, you know, that I pay triple digits in Naira today. But because they are freaking good at what they do. All my guys are in the room. Ex-Amazonian too. He has money,
Fola, how's your beard?
So operators make money. And I think you cannot be successful if you can't get shit done. Whether you're a founder, whether you're an operator, whether you are an employee, you cannot be successful. You know, and if you want to be mediocre in life, you know, you can't be a founder, you can't be an operator. Because it's not for mediocre people.
You know, I love that saying that operators make money. You know, many people, you sit down, someday you're scrolling Twitter and you start to see salary is the money they pay you to forget your dream.
My dream is not worth my salary. Let me say it again. My dream, like, bro, listen. Sorry, can we do an exercise? Can you go online and Google the salary of the CEO of Expedia?
Yep.
Can you go online and Google it real quickly? Who sees it first should read it out to me. One of our salons.
Expedia.
Expedia.
Yeah. They travel.
CEO Expedia salary in Google. 200 and in 1 year. Dream yo, leto yen. The guy gets paid $296 million a year. I don't care what your dream is.
Maybe we should fire some shots. How many Nigerian companies make that revenue?
Again, correct. But again, a man who uses an elephant to set a bait knows exactly what he wants to catch. I'll say it again. Fola, you're still looking at it. Oh, come on. Like, no joke. As an operator, there's let me say it very clearly again. And I want you to see whether you agree with me. If you cannot be diligent in doing somebody else's job, you can't run your own company.
Yes, I agree. So, you know, crazy enough that when I said I was leaving Safe Border, people were telling me congratulations, thinking I had sold the company. But it wasn't my company. In fact, they did not even know the faces of the guys behind the business. And so I see so many times where people hold jobs, uh, their all is not in it. You know, Benga is in the room. Benga, please just wave your hand. You're at the back, you're a thief. Anyways, Benga and I used to work at Andela. Benga was the first employee at Andela. That's another story. And so we used to work at Andela, and we said something at that time that if companies want to come into Nigeria, we need to build our skills to the point whereby we are the first set of names on the list when they say, who are the people who are going to help us build our company? And it's very interesting that ever since that point, I've always held difficult jobs. When I'm talking about difficult, you look at it and you say, businesses that people will say, this thing cannot work. You know, so many times you read when the Okada Wars was there, people were asking, where is Safe Border? And we're quietly building. You picked a business up that was in distress. I picked a business up too that was in distress too as well. Many people won't know that there were 4 general managers before they hired me to become a general manager too as well. And the company was in what, 4 years? So basically, 4 people did 2 years, me I've done 2 years. And just turning the entire situation around of the business, you take ownership. And that's what entrepreneurs are about. Like you wake up and you see, you live, breathe the brand. You're in tune with the vision of the company. But many people don't necessarily understand that. But they know that I like to drink whiskey, so maybe they think me drinking whiskey is the best thing that I know how to do. But you see, with the brand and with the way I will carry M-Kopa, in fact, you look at my LinkedIn, Twitter, is like blue, orange, then green. Or now I've changed the company's color to black sharp because I can't, yes. If you are very important, and I tell people, I say, when you are a superstar at what you do, company policy is for the rest of people. They will do anything for you. Like they will do anything to keep you there. And so, you know.
Let me help you on that one. The rules are made for the other guys.
Yeah. Very true. The rules are made for them. And so you sit down, you look at it, and you think about so many things where everybody wants to be a founder, but you need operators who will help you build your company. You get to a certain point, like look at how you said, I've hired. Tayo is here. I know the solid amount of payment people that have come leading other businesses that came from Paga too as well. And you need these operators. And now, as everybody is jackpying, where, you know, it's become, for me, it's a blue ocean as an operator. You know, many people don't understand. Say, there are no jobs, there are no jobs, there are no jobs. Not necessarily for me. The thing is, are there jobs that I'm passionate about? Are there jobs? Remember I said I have no problems. Me, I like to sleep. 8 hours, I will sleep my 8 hours. Even if I sleep at 12, I'll make sure that I wake up at 8 a.m. Yes. And sometimes you see me rolling off my bed at 7:30 in the morning, and then my wife will just be angry and she'll be like, it's because you're a general manager. But I get to work, I deliver. Because
we can't work together.
Bayo, you know our friendship is based on alcohol.
I will walk your soul.
Our friendship is based off alcohol. And that's the reason why I cannot work for you. That's why I can't work for you. Do you know how many times people will be like, Waka, I say me. Bayo will walk me to the ground.
But you see, it takes, ordinary people see ordinary things. Extraordinary people, extraordinary people see the extraordinary things.
Ordinary things, no, they move them again.
Yeah. And it takes you to be extraordinary to identify somebody that is extraordinary. And people don't know that in hiring, don't get me wrong, I have made terrible hiring decisions. Terrible. God knows, you know,
I know some.
I'm sure very soon somebody on Twitter is going to tweet about me.
Horrible bosses.
But I don't, like, it does not move me from this corner of the room to the next. Because again, once I find out that I thought you were extraordinary and you are not, you are out the door. I'm not lying. I will frustrate you. I will sit on your case because, again, you see, operators are looking for good people. And at the end of the day, you just want to get it done. Literally. You want to get it done.
Yep.
And if you're a founder, I operate every business. Like my name on Google is now synonymous with Wakanow. Actually, Google came to us to tell us that I was a key man risk to the business. I hired a CEO for Nigeria to mitigate my own key man risk because again, it was just becoming too bad that Bayo Wakanow.
So your surname is not Wakanow?
No, it's not. Actually, even on Truecaller, it's Bayo Wakanow. When my name comes up on Truecaller, I'm like, my name is Bayo Lion. Okay? But you see, we just want to find people that can get stuff done and move on and then sleep well at night. You know, I run a retail business. We run 24/7. We're in multiple countries, multiple time zones. And I say this to people all the time that you can thrive whatever career path you choose, just be extraordinary. Yeah. And what that means is very simple. Find out what ordinary people do and then put an extra on it. That's it. And once you can, and that's what you've done, that's what I do every single day, is I ask myself, how can I do this better than the next guy? People say, do I compete? Absolutely fucking yes.
Of course.
Compete. I live. Actually, I'm looking for, for the sake of the room, people think that Travel Stats is my biggest competitor. They are wrong, by the way. Travel Stats is number 8, we're number 1. But you see, when I came to the market, Travel Start was the number 1 OTA. Yeah. I first picked them and competed with them, and I beat them. Then I went to the next guy. I won't call their names. I don't want you to know them. And I beat the next guy. Then I went to the next guy. Then we became number 1. Then I got bored. Out of my mind. We're number 1. We're growing. Last year to this 2021, we grew 147% year on year. Like, our growth numbers are out of this world. Bro, when I sit down with my shareholders, it's friendly. You cannot yell at me. Because you cannot, that's what we're saying. Like, when you are extraordinary, you make your own rules. You can't yell at me. Tayo knows my shareholders. We'll be talking softly with each other. Because,
even small passive aggression.
They do the passive aggression, but you have to manage it. But again, it got to a point where Nigeria, it goes back to what you said about talent coming to Nigeria, right? Or companies coming to Nigeria. For me, I have said to people that maybe Nigeria is too big a space for people like me. Now I'm expanding our business to the UK, to the US, where I can go compete with the like of Expedia. Maybe they can pay me Expedia CEO money. Again, because if I don't play, you see, you cannot win a game you don't play in. You cannot win a game you don't play in. You can be talking and be aspiring to aspire and be sending emails on DMs on Instagram and Facebook and go LinkedIn. Fucking play the game, man. And that's what operators do. We play. Do you play?
So I love that conversation of like playing the game because it's very interesting. And as an operator, you're looking at the entire chess piece. People think the founder is the one who has raised the money, so it's on his head. Well, guess what? You're the one managing the money. Someone else has raised it. You are responsible for growing it. I love the growth numbers because, when people are telling and they are saying, oh, we grew 20% year on year, 30% year on year.
Let me tell you the worst ones. The founders will come and be telling me about user growth. No. Like, they'll be telling me that our user grew by 20, our users grew from this to this. How much money did you make? Because as an operator, I have to pay salaries.
Yeah.
Okay, for the sake of the room, let me say it's and you can quote me anywhere. I don't believe in bond.
Yes. Bond rate. Yes.
That we start the business that we are
bonding. Let me explain it to. No, I don't. I did it before. I saw how the business was, and so I switched because I'm like, this thing doesn't make sense. Like, we cannot continue this way. So you raise money, you then now start to burn it on incentives.
To get users.
Yes, to get users. Not even keep, and not these Nigerian users that they are flaky. The next
they will download and delete.
The next person that will give them free recharge card, they are gone.
And I think I have a good example. Dundu Nation. I wanted to scale the business. It was doing very well. We had one location in Yaba. It was doing very well. We opened another one across the road. as an experiment. Just, if you know psychiatric hospital,
psychiatric
inside
hospital,
psychiatric hospital, I opened another Dundu Nation branch. I had one on the market side, I had one on this side. And they were doing fantastically well. So I started franchising, opening more locations. I opened 21 locations. We're delivering 2,000 meals a day from 21 locations. Amazing numbers. Baba, customer will message me on Facebook. The food got to me cold. This one. And I was in the US running a business here, and the madness was real. We're selling a plate of food for 1,000 naira. Of course, we're selling 2,100 a day. Of course, it's 1,000 naira. Everybody, we're selling Indomie in the morning for 500 naira. We used to sell, one location used to do 20 cartons of Indomie a week. It was madness numbers. When I moved to Nigeria, after like 3 months, I shut everything down.
When you put the books and then you start deducting all the operating costs.
Bro, it's not a profitable business. It's a useless waste of effort. So, and I opened one location. That one location does better than the 21 combined. I take 30% off the top weekly. Weekly, like clockwork. My drinking money comes from Dundu Nation. But again, because we're operators, right? It's like you become visionless, right? And you don't worry about money. And I think that's what we bring to the table is, as operators, we are just real. We live in the real world. We are not in this cloud that Tayo sits, and because it's good that the combination of both, right? There's a mix, there's a need for both, right? To be a visionary thinker and to be somebody to bring you back to earth. To say, guy, we cannot afford salaries. Because again, you must make money. Like I say to everyone, in God I trust, all others pay cash, or use POS, or use Paga, or do transfer. Thank you.
So, I love that looking at the entire books and businesses. For those who, when he said he takes 30% off the top, that's what he uses to drink. Don't ever follow Bayo out to drink as well. There was a day we went out, we had drank 16 bottles of Glenfiddich 18. It was a Sunday night, and I had meeting on Monday. I even left there at 2 a.m., and I think I said I want to pee. And then I ran to my house. So that is what funds it. And so let's come to the easier side of the operator's life. Like me, decongesting is sitting down, hanging out with people, drinking a nice bottle of whiskey. I tell people my life is very non-expensive. Like black t-shirts, order the same shirt, buy 5 again, buy 10, get it to 30. Once it's 30, stop buying. If it's more than 30, give it out, buy a new set. Jeans, shoes, live a quiet life, drive an easy car. But you see that whiskey.
Maybe you should come to Wakanow. Let's pay you more money. Let's pay
Bayo,
you more money.
You can't afford
Your
me.
life would not.
Bayo, you cannot afford me. Bayo, you cannot afford me.
So the last person that
my
said
salary is some people's precede money. But the beauty about it is I love Wakanow, and I've referred people to you.
Wait.
So you can take my boys. Like the boys that I'm training. I will keep training them for you.
This is operators talking now. So you founders, listen. So last year, we generated about $18.1 million of net revenue.
19.
18.1
18
of net revenue.
Oh.
Our EBITDA. We're talking dollars. We're talking USD. Hold on. Our EBITDA, after we pay everyone, we still have about $6 million left. This year, we're on track, even with the devaluation that I've lost 40% of value, I'm still on track to deliver about $24 million with about $10 million of net revenue. Of net million, $10 million of EBITDA, right? So I'm sure that within that...
I was even thinking your business was way bigger than that.
No, it's bigger.
But I'm even doing those numbers.
So hold on. In my business, we don't count sales. You see, founders count sales.
Yeah, they do.
We do 20 billion naira monthly in sales.
Yeah, in sales.
I don't count
revenue.
Sales. I'm talking about how much I actually make from. Yeah. I'm not quoting. Bro, sales is over $400-500 million.
Yeah.
Nobody cares, right? I'm sure within that line, I can afford it.
Yeah.
Let's start from there. Number two is that instead of jack buying, I can pay you in another country to live there.
Okay.
And you can buy better black t-shirts.
Nobody.
Wait.
problem.
I'm not done. 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 I don't know what car you came in, but what we do every year is that we give you an allowance to buy any car of choice, including Range Rovers. Just saying, or a G-Wagon. Just saying, just wait. I'm not done. I'm not done. You also get family vacation, 2 of them every year, to anywhere in the world, business class for you and your family.
I hope my wife
anywhere.
is not watching because
Hold on.
at 3 a.m. they cannot be waking me and saying,
I'm not
when
done.
are you joining Wakanow?
I'm not done. I'm not done. Right? Fola, you're interested, Abi?
Fola wa ṣiṣẹ́ o. Baálé o máa lù ẹ́. You
So-
know, when they wear shirts and the shirt has faded, that's how you look.
Let me tell you the worst part. He was talking about drinking whiskey. I'm very known for this. My people that work with me don't do it anymore. We will go out and drink like idiots, right? I will be in the office the next day at 6 a.m. Like I said, is your soul ready to deliver?
Yes.
Bayo,
I have left your body.
Bayo. It's
Your soul.
It's funny you mention this story, and Babajide mentions that Sunday. It was after a Sporting Lagos game.
Yes.
We went to celebrate win.
Yes.
You left at 2:00.
Yes.
I stumbled out like 3:30.
Yeah.
Fell asleep in my car in the house. This guy was messaging at 7 a.m. something. I said, Baba, please.
I saw it
now.
too.
Do you want to kill us?
I saw it.
We're still recovering.
I saw it.
So yes, I like the job. If you can pay me, but I will not do the work. We have a deal.
I can say this on. So there are people that I hired, and she came into the office and said she was going for lunch and didn't come back. On day one. Because again, our time is up. Again, and I'll close with this. Every business I run, I lead the business like I own it.
Yeah.
And because of that sense of ownership, and because I want to deliver value, I do not want my name associated with failure.
Yeah.
I go in there just like I run my own business. You know, when I opened Wave Beach, I used to wake up every single morning on weekends and go there and go sit down there, just like the way you go to Sporting Lagos games. It is a dedication, it's a passion. I give it all. When I worked at Amazon, I'm a fat guy, I don't like to run, but I know that blood flows to your brain when you run. So when I get into difficult situations and I want to do, I work in finance. My core was finance. And I need to solve a problem with finance. I will go running because I want more blood into my brain. And I will run and run. And do you know that I will not drink for months because I'm trying to solve a problem?
Yeah.
Because I was dedicated to the job at Amazon. I was dedicated to my job at PetSmart. I'm dedicated to my job at Wakanow. I'm dedicated to my businesses. And I ask everyone that whether you're an operator or a founder, can you really commit? Because if you can commit, then you can be extraordinary.
So, just to echo what Bayo said, I have drawing boards in my room. You know, you are sleeping and you just wake up in the middle of the night and you go and write. I'll still sleep my 8 hours, but at least sometimes you sleep and you are writing. You are sleeping, you are thinking the business. You are eating, you are breathing the business. You are living the business. You are living the life. You are saying there's so many people at the end of the month, and on the 25th, actually 26th, everybody must get paid. And they must wake up in the morning to alert. So all that, we need to make money, we need to drive the business forward, we need to grow the business, we need to grow revenues, we need to ensure that, like, as we are growing, we are expanding, we are impacting lives, we are changing the lives of our employees, the people living with them. Because I tell people, I say, as I am like this right now, nothing less than 5,000 lives are connected to the decisions that I make, from my employees to the selling agents who work with us, to their families too as well, that they feed to as well. So that dedication has to be there. And one last thing I'll say to so many people who are here, you know, I sit on Twitter and I read a lot of takes. And you see people who say, I hate my job so much. I just do the bare minimum and leave them alone. But for me, I worked a job that I hated for 2 years. I used to cry in the shower every Sunday after eating Sunday afternoon rice. Cry in the shower. But on Monday morning, I will get there and do the best that I can. It's like going to the gym. You know, if you don't know how to work well in a terrible job, you won't do well or you won't be extraordinary in a great job. People don't know this. And so whatever you are doing, regardless of whether it's, being an assistant or anything that you are doing, my first job, like I tell people, was data entry. They will bring the business card. You will type the business card into Microsoft Access. I'm sure many people here don't know Microsoft Access. You type it into Microsoft Access. When the consultant says, I need Bayo's name, you will be the one, bring his name, phone number, email, office address. You will bring that out. And it was the first job. And the way I did it with so much dedication, I was even wearing tie to be bringing out data. So please, guys, there is a life outside being a founder. We need more operators on the continent. I know how many times strategy manager roles that I need to hire, operations, logistics, sales, all those things like that pays good money. The problem about it is the skill set in the market doesn't match. The skill set is not there. And what I would say to younger people is, learn to delay gratification. I know that on Twitter they've said that delay gratification, they'll just talk about so many nonsense. But sometimes what you need to do is take a step back, look at the reality. On Twitter, all of us are rich. Yet they'll go to their South Social and be popping pills and won't buy drinks. Nobody's saying anything. But when you delay gratification, when you chase value, money will come. Value has to be first. After value, money will come. Thank you very much for listening to Bayo and I banter.
Thank you.
We are friends in reality. I will not work for him. I will say it again. But we are friends. But he will carry me out to drink and I'll take him out to drink. So thank you.